move further for the production of the hard gelatin capsule shell. How is the hard gelatin capsule shell produced? Now, as the name suggests, it is hard gelatin capsule. So the main ingredient that is present inside it is gelatin. Okay. Let us talk something about gelatin. I have already told you why gelatin is the most preferred material, because it is economical, easily available, it's biocompatible, it remains in the solution form at 50 degrees Celsius, whereas at 35 degrees Celsius it becomes solid in nature. It can be converted into a very good film, and more so important, when it goes inside the body, okay, when it goes inside the body, it breaks when it comes in contact with the solution. Okay, it answers the previous question also, which was asked by, I forgot, but Sanjana told me that question, that what is the guarantee that it goes inside and it is going to break open. The guarantee ye hai uski ki, because it is a property of gelatin that when it comes in contact with water, it dissolves inside the water. As it dissolves inside the water, so there is a guarantee that this gelatin, when it goes inside the stomach, it is going to come in contact with the stomach fluids, and it is going to get dissolved, and it's going to release the medicaments. There is one more advantage which I forgot to tell you about gelatin. Gelatin is compatible with most of the drugs that are being synthesized. Okay, and because of this compatibility of gelatin with the drug and other advantages that I told you, gelatin is the most preferred material for capsule shell. Now let us go something about how gelatin is being manufactured and what are the types of gelatin. Now gelatin is manufactured by hydrolytic extraction of animal collagen. Okay, as you very well know, collagen is nothing but a connective tissue. Okay, so from this collagen you convert collagen into gelatin, and from where this collagen is been extracted, it can be taken from animal bones, from the hide portions, and from the frozen pork skin. Okay, so these are the materials from which the gelatin is being procured, and that is the reason why, okay, as it is obtained from the pork skin, as it is available, as it is extracted from the calf skin, okay, and as it is derived from the animal bones, okay, that is the reason why many of the people who are vegetarian in nature, they don't prefer the gelatin capsule shell. Okay, that is a major disadvantage, only disadvantage that gelatin is having. Now let us go to the types of gelatin. There are two types of gelatin. You have type A and type B gelatin. Okay. Now type A gelatin is usually derived from acid treatment. Okay. So it is an acid treatment derived gelatin which is having isoelectric point at pH 9. What is isoelectric point? pH at which the molecule carries no electrical charge, or the pH at which the molecule is electrically neutral. Okay, that is the isoelectric point. So type A gelatin is having isoelectric point at pH 9, and it is derived from the acid treatment. How it is derived, we are going to see further. Okay, and it is usually manufactured from the pork skin, right? Now the second type of gelatin is type B gelatin. Okay, and this type B gelatin is having is obtained from alkali treatment, and it is having an isoelectric point at pH 4.7. Okay, this is having at 9, whereas this is having at 4.7. And how it is manufactured? If this is manufactured from pork skin, the type B gelatin is usually manufactured from animal bones, or it is manufactured from calf skin. Okay, from this it is getting manufactured. So you have two types of gelatin, type A and type B gelatin. Why I'm talking about gelatin? Because gelatin is the most important raw material that is used for manufacturing of hard capsule shell. Now we are talking about the shell, how the shell is getting manufactured. Moving ahead, how do you prepare a gelatin? There are three sources from which we said that we can obtain gelatin. We can obtain gelatin from bones, we can obtain gelatin from calf skin, and we can also obtain gelatin from pork skin. Okay. Those who are very strong at heart, they can see the video from YouTube how gelatin is procured from pork skin. Okay. That video is available on your YouTube. You can see that video how pork skin is converted to gelatin. Right. So let us see the types of treatment. If you are taking dry bone and calf skin, okay, then usually they are lime treated. Both of them are lime treated. Okay. Whereas if you take pork skin, it is acid treated, right? As we saw earlier. So let us see the first one, how you prepare it from dry bone. So you take dry bone. This dry bone is converted into a bone meal, and after converting into bone meal, what you do is you keep it into alkali. Keep it in an acidic solution for near about 10 to 15 days. So it is kept in an acidic solution for 10 to 15 days. Why you do this? Why you do this? So in order to have decalcification. Okay. So in order to perform decalcification, in order to remove calcium from the bone, you treat it with alkali. You treat it with acid, 5% HCl. For nearly 10 to 15 days, you do that. After that, after doing this, what you do is you now treat it with lime, because it is lime treated. As I told you, it is alkali treated or it is acidic treated. So this is nothing but this is an alkali treated gelatin. So you keep it in lime, which is 10% lime you use, and it is done. It is kept for near about 4 to 8 weeks of lime is been done. Okay. Then after that, you wash it. Lime is been removed, and you adjust the pH of the solution. Okay. After that, after this step, there are common steps which we are going to see later on. Okay. How it is manufactured from calf skin? The calf skin is washed first. Again, it is treated with lime. Okay, 10%. The treatment is done for near about 6 to 12 weeks. So it is soaked in lime. This calf skin is kept inside the lime for near about 6 to 12 weeks. Here, the calf skin need not be treated with HCl. The reason being because it does not contain any calcium. So this step is only for decalcification, right? So you treat it with 10% lime for 6 to 12 weeks. Then again you wash with water for 10 to 30 hours and you remove the lime from it. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Now if you take pork skin, you first wash it. Now you treat this pork skin with acid, and the acid treatment is carried out with 1 to 5% of HCl, and it is done for near about 10 to 30 hours. This is done for 4 to 8 weeks. This is done for 6 to 12 weeks, whereas this is done for just 10 to 13 hours. Then again you wash it and acid is being removed. Okay. So these are the initial steps that you carry out for dry bone, calf skin and pork skin. After that, what you do is once you have washed it, whatever the product that's been obtained, it is now hot water extracted. So you put this product inside the hot water and you carry out the extraction process with the help of hot water. Then you filter it, you apply vacuum to it and you concentrate it. Then you cool it to solidify. Then you dry air it and then you mill it. Okay. And you mill and you get the gelatin. Okay. That in the powdered form. So whatever gelatin, if you, once this lecture is over, you can ask your mom to show you gelatin, right? And you can see how the gelatin looks like in the powder form. It is milled in order to have this powder form. Now moving ahead. So this is how gelatin is being prepared in order. Yeah. Sanjana, any doubt?
This doubt. Yeah. What is a bone? Is asking.
Bone meal means once you take bone, you know, bones are having particular shape, right? So you crush them. Okay. You crush them in order to get a paste. So that is nothing but the bone meal. Okay. Got it? Yeah. Let us move to the composition of hard gelatin capsule. Now, how gelatin, what are the ingredients that are present inside the hard gelatin capsules? So gelatin is present, water is present, you add colorants to it, and you may add preservative. Okay, these are optional material, as I've told you. If you are doing a GMP, if you are doing manufacturing in GMP, then these preservatives may not be required. Okay, preservatives like methyl paraben, propyl paraben, these may be added to the capsule shell along with gelatin. Okay, there are some processing aids that also can be added, which helps in manufacturing of gelatin shell. Okay, those are nothing but sodium lauryl sulfate. So sodium lauryl sulfates can be also added to it. Okay, now let us move ahead to the preparation of gelatin solution. So the first step that you carry out in manufacturing, see, now remember what we are studying is, we are studying the composition of hard gelatin capsule shell, and we are studying the manufacturing of hard gelatin capsule shell. Okay, we are not studying what is packed inside it. When you go in the industry, okay, when you're doing the formulation, these, okay, capsule shell are being procured from outside the pharmaceutical manufacturing unit. Okay, just for example, Pfizer, they will not be manufacturing the hard gelatin capsules. Now you very well know hard gelatin capsules near Pune is manufactured by ACG, isn't it? Associated Capsules, isn't it? These associate capsules, they usually manufacture the hard gelatin capsules, and there are many other companies who manufacture the hard gelatin capsule. If you are going towards Lonavala, okay, sorry, not Lonavala, Mahabaleshwar, सातारा साइड अगर आप जा रहे, तो on left side from Pune, then on left hand side, you will see a company by the name of Associated Capsules. Okay, this Associated Capsules manufacture this hard gelatin capsule shell. So we are talking about how they are getting manufactured. For that, first we studied about gelatin, then we studied the composition of hard gelatin shell, and now we are going to study how the gelatin solution is being prepared. So what you do is, first you prepare a gelatin solution. How do you prepare a gelatin solution? Okay, you take the raw materials together, okay, and then you mix it inside the container. So this is the container that you can see over here. So you take gelatin, you take water, you take coloring agents, and you take the processing agents, and you mix them together. But before you do that, okay, what you do is, before capsule manufacturing starts, first the raw material, that is gelatin, is first released by quality control. Okay, and all the equipments, whatever these equipments that you are doing, where the manufacturing is being carried out, so this is the equipment, okay, where the manufacturing is carried out of gelatin. So those are first validated. So you first carry out the quality control of gelatin, then you validate the equipment. Then next what you do is that you mix this gelatin solution, you prepare a 25 to 30% of gelatin solution using demineralized water. So in 100 ml of your demineralized water, you have 25 grams of your gelatin. Okay, and mixing is carried out in vacuum in the gelatin melting system. So this is the gelatin melting system. You apply heat. As I told you, at 50 degrees Celsius, this is going to solubilize. Okay, so it gets solubilized, and you get a thick viscous solution of your gelatin. Once you get the thick viscous solution, you are going to transfer it into the receiving tanks, where you are going to age it, and from receiving tanks, then you are going to transfer to the feed tanks. Here the aging means you are just keeping it for a period of time. Aging of this gelatin solution happens. So now gelatin you have manufactured, in the last slide we have seen that you have manufactured this gelatin. This manufactured gelatin may be type A or type B gelatin, whichever gelatin you want. You procure that gelatin, okay, and that gelatin now you are adding to, you first do the quality control of it. If you find that the gelatin is of good quality, then you prepare a 25 to 30% solution of it under vacuum using demineralized water, and then you keep it inside the tanks for aging it. After the solution has aged, then what you do is you add dyes to it, that is a coloring agent. You can add opacifying agents to it. You can add preservatives if required, as I've told you earlier. And also you can make up the volume in order to get a right viscosity of your gelatin solution that can be obtained. Okay. Now, once you do that, after this step, what you do is you take the gelatin solution and you test and you do the quality control of this gelatin solution. Okay, this composition that you have made for hard gelatin capsule. So the composition has been made using gelatin and other material. Now you test the quality control of this. How you do the quality control of this? There are two tests that you carry out. One is bloom strength. Okay, so one is known as bloom strength. So you calculate the bloom strength of it. And the second that you determine is viscosity. Okay, so viscosity and bloom strength of this material, that is gelatin plus the composition, is move ahead for the with the production. So in the first step, what you have done is you have now prepared this gelatin solution. So if you see this now, this is the gelatin solution. The colored blue gelatin solution is kept over here. Now this gelatin solution has now to be converted into a capsule shell. Okay, so we have to convert this gelatin solution into capsule shell. So how the gelatin solution is converted into capsule shell? There are 6 steps that are involved for conversion of the composition of gelatin capsule, okay, to the final hard gelatin capsule. The first step is known as dipping. Second is spinning. Third is drying. Next is stripping. Then comes trimming and joining. And the last one is polishing. I will explain you each step in detail first over here, and then we'll go to the slides. Okay. The first step that is carried out is dipping. You have the stainless steel pins. These are the stainless steel pins which are used as equipment. Okay. So these stainless steel pins are dipped inside the coating solution. So you have these stainless steel pins. These stainless steel pins are dipped inside this coating solution. So they are dipped and now they have been placed. Okay. So this step is known as dipping. Next, so after dipping, so if you see over here, these are the pairs of stainless steel pins. Okay. So these stainless steel pins are dipped into the coating solution, right? Sorry, not coating solution, the capsule solution. Okay, gelatin solution. So you dip into the gelatin solution. In the next step, you spin it. Okay, you spin it and raise to a higher level. From this level, you are raising to the higher level by spinning it. Why do you carry out this spinning? So that this bead, okay, if you don't spin it, then this bead will be formed over here. If you see over here, the beads will be formed at this place. Okay, so in order to have a uniform layer onto this pin, onto these pins, they are spin and taken to the upper level. After spinning is done, then they are dried. As I told you that the temperature now over here is near about 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, this coating solution has 50 degrees Celsius as the temperature. Now they are dried with the help of by the blast of cool air. So you spray cool air, you carry out drying step number 1 and you carry out drying step number 2. Okay, in drying step number 1 is carried out at the top position, whereas these pins are now brought down and the drying step number 2 is been carried out. Okay, so you have drying step 1 and drying step 2. This drying is done with the help of the cool air, the blast of cool air. With that, it has been dried. Okay, as I told you, at 50 degrees Celsius, these are what? These are in the solution form. But as soon as they come to 30 degrees Celsius or they come to room temperature, then what is going to happen? It is going to convert into shells. Okay, it is going to convert into films. Okay, so there is a film formation onto this now pins. Next step is what? Stripping. In stripping, what you do is these capsule shells are removed from this pin. So this is the stripping step. If you see over here, the capsule shell are now removed from the pins, right? And next is the trimming. Trimming, how it is carried out? With the help of the knives. With the help of the knives, these are trimmed. They are cut into the required size. And next is the joining. The next step, in the next step, you join this capsule body and the capsule cap. Okay, these two are joined to each other, followed by polishing. Okay, The polishing is similar, the way you carry out the polishing for your tablet coating. In the similar way, you carry out the polishing with the help of the waxes. Okay. So just to repeat once again, you have prepared the gelatin solution. Inside this gelatin solution, you have the stainless steel pins. These stainless steel pins are dipped into it. After dipping, they are raised. Okay, they are spinned. The spinning is carried out in order to have the uniform layer. Then they are dried further with the help of blast of cool air. Drying step number 1 is carried out at the higher level, at the level till where the pins have been raised, and then the pins are brought down. Drying step number 2 has been carried out. Further, the pins are further the capsule shells are now stripped. They are removed from the pins. Okay, trimming has been done. They are cut with the help of knives. They are joined together. They are polished. Again, now these pins are dipped, and again they are carried to the higher level, and this process goes on continuing. Okay, so this process continues. Right? Understood? Moving ahead, let us kindly read this slide. Okay, within a few minutes. This is whatever I have told you earlier. The first step is dipping. Okay, what you do over here is you have pairs of stainless steel pins. Why pair? Because one is for cap and second is for the body. So it is in the pair for cap and body. They are dipped in the gelatin solution. Temperature is about 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, of this solution. Then you spin it so that you distribute the gelatin solution so that the bead formation does not take place. So if you have seen over here, this was the pin और यहाँ पे आपका solutions are. So here there may be a bead formation. So there should not be any bead formation anywhere, over here also or over here also. Okay. So for that you do the spinning so that there is uniform coating onto the pins. Then what you carry out is drying. How you carry out the drying? With the help of the blast of cool air. Okay, so that the hard shells are formed. Right? Then you carry out stripping, where you have bronze jaws. These jaws catch hold of this cap or body portion and they remove it from the pins. Then what you do is you trim it. How you trim it? With the help of the stationary knives that have been present. You trim the capsule shell to the required size. Okay, right length has been obtained by this. And then the cap and the body portion are joined and ejected. Polishing has been carried out. It can be carried out with the help of polishing pan. It can be carried out with the cloth dusting. It can be carried out with brushing. Okay, any step you can use in order to carry out the polishing. Okay, so this is another diagram. Okay, how it has been carried out. Okay, so dipping, spinning, drying, okay, stripping, cutting, joining, and formation of the capsule.